Arikat B coming back with y'all with another video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Arikat B. Alright. So I do videos about vlogs, I do hauls, I do lifestyle, I do cook reviews, baby. I do a little bit of everything over here. So if you like what you're hearing so far, that I do a little bit of everything to cater to everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. All those things are free. And turn the notifications on so you can see when I'm on here. So we could be kikiing together. You see me, I see you. That's what we're going to do. So today's video, I'm going to do like a review of all the jobs I've ever done. Like all the jobs I've worked. I have not gotten fired from all of them. Some of them I've just left voluntarily. Some of them like, you know, different situations. So I'm just talking about my whole experience with the job market. You know, it's 2024 now. So I've been in the game since I started working. So I graduated high school in 2015, but I graduated like a semester early because of my credits. So when everybody was like getting ready for high school graduation, I was already working because I didn't have nothing else to do. So all this working stuff, I didn't work through high school. We had moved like mid high school, so I never had a chance to get a job in high school and all of that. I didn't get me a job until after high school. So the first, I got some little notice. Y'all gonna see me period if you look down. The first job I was doing, I don't even want to call it a job. I feel like everybody did this job. Y'all, it was the Vector Cutco Cutlery door-to-door sales. Y'all, if y'all want a story time on me working with that company, y'all let me know. But almost everybody has had an experience like working for like what they call door-to-door salesmen, selling knives, baby. So this job, you know, I'm a young teenager. This is like my first real job, like in corporate, come business professional, you know, and you know, they're telling you like, oh, you're going to be making all this money on commission. You're going to be doing in-home demos. Mind you, at the time I didn't have a car. I didn't have my own place. I'm staying with my mama. I'm just a teenager trying to make some extra money. Y'all, they took us to, I remember they took us to this like random office area with nothing in it but just chairs and tables and maybe like a whiteboard, giving us quote unquote orientation on how to use these knives, how to like do in-home demos. Baby, they really, when I tell you Cutco Cutlery really sold them teenagers and young adults a lot. Yeah, they sold me a whole lot. Had me bring the knives home, and you know, I'm showing my family like, oh, okay, I'm finna be selling knives. Baby, they was like, what is this? Who gonna be buying knives? Who finna let you in their house with a bunch of knives? Baby, that's what I was doing before 2015. So that was like, I guess, me trying to get a little teenage job. The first job I got, we had moved to a different area. So the first job I got, and the only work that was really out there was either fast food or retail. So this mall that I worked at, that was in my area, was like big on hiring a bunch of teenagers. But a lot of their stores had high turnover. So I was a little nervous with going into the regular stores and applying because they was always rotating people out. Like, you know how it's like a regular basic job, and then they just try to like say you gotta have all these unnecessary qualifications when all you're gonna be doing is ringing people out and folding clothes. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know if they do that still now, but like back then you would be doing like literally basic stuff and they would be wanting you to have a BA. So whatever. Anyways, so I kept going to this mall. I kept applying for all the different stores, and they were like normal chains like Torrid, Deb. If you know about Deb, you know. Deb, Victoria's Secret, you know, like normal, like Old Navy, those type of stores that's being like big old malls. So I go up to this one guy. It was an Indian guy. I'll never forget. Man, this guy gave me a chance, bro. I didn't have no experience doing nothing. This guy was like, you know what, you're a pretty young girl, you could sell me some jewelry. So basically I worked at this store. You know how like in malls they have like the kiosk? I worked at this kiosk with this guy. He owned the kiosk, he owned the jewelry. Y'all, when I tell y'all this man just hired me just because I was telling him like, oh, I've been looking for a job all day. I've been in the mall, nobody wants to hire me. I really need me a job, da 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 da. At the time, I think he may have told me he was going to pay me like $15 an hour, and I accepted it, baby, because I ain't had no job. So I think it was like $15 an hour. He was giving me under the table, you know, giving me cash or whatever. And he was like, you know, I'm going to teach you how to sell jewelry. I'm going to teach you how to read people. I'm going to teach you how to make watches. I mean, not make watches, how to repair watches. So that was like where he got most of his income from, was to repair watches. Y'all, if y'all ask me to repair a watch now, I don't even know where to start. But back then, baby, I used to, baby, that was that craft I knew how to do. I knew how to repair them watches, because it would be times when he wasn't there and he would want me to be there to be able to repair the watches for the people and give them to them back by the end of the day. That job, I love that job. I worked with one, the black lady. She was hecka cool. It was literally me, the black lady, and the owner was an Indian guy. He was super freaking cool, y'all. Loved that job. Thank God for him for getting me into the job market. I forgot his name right now. But thanks for taking a chance out on me if you're watching this video. If you ever come across this video, you remember. I'm trying to think of his name, but I don't want to say nothing wrong. I don't know if it was like Amir or Amid. Baby, I don't remember what his name was. It was, baby, I'm just so thankful that that man took a chance on me. Baby, I learned so much about customer service, because, you know, in the mall, in the kiosk, people just walk up to you. It's not like people have to walk into the store. They walk up to you. They're looking at your product. You got to read these people and see what type of jewelry you think that it's. Baby, the way I learned to read people and read them in a way where I knew what was in their pocket, yeah. Yeah, that job taught me a lot. So as I was coming out of doing that job, because eventually the owner had closed the shop. You know, he was moving or whatever, and that's why he was closing. Yo, I worked there faithfully though. Anytime he needed me, baby, and it was like a 5-minute walk from my house. It was up the street, because at the time I didn't have a car. I didn't even know how to drive. So during that time period, my mom had got me into a CNA program. I always tell people, if y'all ever looking for a program, I don't know if it's just in Illinois or if it's like all over the United States, it's called WIOA. Like, you could do multiple different, like, you know, programs that help you get employment. That's where I went to get my CNA. I went through Kankakee Community College. So that's where I did all my CNA stuff. So, you know, in between that time period, I'm going to school, you know, and I finished that October and got certified. So basically, like, when I got certified, I was working at a nursing home. So that was my like first experience in a nursing home. It was a skilled nursing facility. You know how that go. And they had a hospital that was connected to it. So like, my mom was working as an LPN at the hospital, and then I was working at the nursing home, and then I was working 3 to 11. She was working 3 to 11. And then sometimes I'll stay over and do overnight, because she also did nights. So that was like my first like full-time job, was work at the nursing home. Baby, it was good money back then, having a full-time check as a teenager, not really having no bills, not having no really responsibilities. But the only reason why I stopped working there was because we moved. That was it. All right, y'all. While editing, I basically forgot to include that after we moved back out, you know, to my home area, I did work for, I don't want to say Sam's Club. It was so basically the company that does the you know how they do the samples and stuff in the store. That's what I was doing. And I want to say it was through a place called Crossmark. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. And through them is how we do the different samples and stuff for what is trying to be promoted for Sam's Club. So I'm not gonna say I worked at Sam's Club, but I worked through Crossmark, and I mainly was working at Sam's Club because I ended up working there out that way. And then when I moved to Chicago, I had transferred to the location out here, but I didn't do it for a long time. Next job I got when I like moved back out to my hometown, like Harvey, Dixmoor area, was Fannie Mae Candies. Y'all, do y'all not know that at the time I got that job, I applied on Indeed. I was really cool with the manager, baby. It was the only Fannie Mae that had a whole bunch of black people. It was so freaking cool. I stayed there all the way up till I moved back to Chicago in 2019. So I worked there from like, baby, I worked there for almost 2-3 years. It was part-time because at the time I was doing like, you know, CNA agency on the side with all these different agencies. I'm not gonna go through each agency I worked for, but I know some, I don't know if y'all know some around the clock or called ATC. I used to work there. Just so many different agencies on the apps and stuff, because at the time I didn't have a car, so I was just kind of like really doing whatever I could catch the bus to, or if I had money for Uber and Lyft, or if somebody could pick me up, drop me off. And y'all know how that goes. And y'all know how it go, like when you gotta be getting picked up, people gotta take you in from work. You know, that was a lot of reasons why like I would get like in trouble at work, was because somebody would say they were gonna take me to work, wouldn't take me, or I wouldn't have money for Uber, or then the bus didn't come on the time, or just something crazy. It was always because of my transportation, y'all. But like I said, after that, Fannie Mae was right up the street from my house. I would take the bus, or my friend worked 3 to 11, and I would work 2 to 10. So I would just wait for him, and he would pick me up, drop me off, type situation. We was basically on the same schedule. So that's how I stayed at Fannie Mae for almost 2 to 3 years, all the way up until I moved to Chicago. So when I moved to Chicago, I had to let go of my Fannie Mae job because they wanted to relocate me to another location. But baby, at the time, I didn't have a car. Sean didn't have a car. And it was just not reasonable to do the bus and all that other situation. So yeah, in between this period of moving to Chicago, I've done agency work as a CNA. I've done factory. That's when I first started getting into factory work, baby. That was not for me, baby. That's standing up all day, all the way up until it's time for you to use the bathroom or take a break, was not for me. I've done so many different factory type jobs where I'm packing stuff into like boxes, or I'm sorting out stuff. Usually they don't have the women doing like heavy lifting. They just have us like sorting stuff, or pretty much just sorting or putting something into a box. So I did that for a while. Did my CNA agency for a while. Mind you, I'm still taking buses. I'm still taking trains. I'm still taking Ubers. I'm taking public transport. So me getting there late, or me having to waste a lot of time to leave out early enough to make it by a certain time, is why I really don't work with that agency no more. And that agency is called IntelliCare. Like back then when I was doing agency, they was paying 24, 25 an hour, and that was pretty good. Now, I don't know how they do it now, because once you get blocked on there, you like could never come back. Like you never could come back. I've been trying to get back on with them. They had a glitch in their app, and they didn't believe me. They thought I just called, like they just thought I no call, no show, and it is what it was. So that was like my first experience with an agency and stuff. So that's what I say. I've been doing this for a long time. I've done a little bit of home care, y'all. I done went in people's homes and seen all type of stuff, y'all. I done just a little bit of everything when it comes to that CNA stuff. I done a little bit of everything when it comes to that factory work, and I done a little bit of everything when it comes to that customer service and sales. I didn't mention that I also worked at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's for one day. Uh, I literally worked for a day. I went in an interview, hired me on the spot. I should have known that was a red flag, but at the time I was looking for a job. And McDonald's be stable. So, like, hours and all of that. So, and they be hiring like really young people. Y'all, you know why I'm thinking about that? Should I make that a story time? Let me write that down. I worked at McDonald's for a day and got fired, y'all. But I could tell y'all, it ain't really a story time, y'all. Let me go and just tell y'all what happened. Basically, I got hired there on the spot doing the interview. I came in the next day for orientation. Got there on time. I was cute in my little uniform. At the time, they had the little gray shirts, or whatever. Y'all, they was trying to teach me all that stuff. And I don't know if the person that was training me just had a bad day, but they was giving me hell. I'm like, I never done fast food before. I don't know what to do. Like, you fussing at me and getting mad, and you're not really teaching me. Yo, I guess I wasn't getting enough for her. And like at the end of my shift, I finished my shift. They were teaching me the stuff at the window, teaching me how to do the drinks and all that. Y'all, they called me the next day and was like, don't come in. Said, don't come in, baby. I said, all right. Yeah, that wasn't for me. So I have done fast food, but I did it for a day, and it ain't for me, baby. It wasn't even the customers. It was just like the people I was working with was overworked and irritated and was taking that on me. I didn't even know I was doing nothing wrong. I'm like, okay, they want orientation. I'm willing to learn and all of that, but whatever. Told y'all I did like factory work. Y'all, I also had another experience like this when I moved to Chicago. I had got hired at this Ross in the area. Y'all, same thing. Went through orientation, did the whole 9 yards, did the online orientation. Day one, they told me I was going to be just a cash register person, just ringing people out and maybe have to monitor the jewelry counter. Y'all, they lied to me, because when I got in there, y'all, they wanted me to, y'all know how Ross be. Y'all, they wanted me to keep folding up stuff, putting stuff back all day. And at a certain time of the evening, I did like that 2 to 10 shift, like, or 2 to close. At a certain time, I had to have so many articles of clothing put up and so many sections reorganized. Y'all, it was just too much. I was like, yeah, I didn't sign up for this. I'm thinking I'm going to just be boop, 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 ringing people out or showing people stuff at the jewelry case or the perfume section. That was it. I wasn't coming in here to be constantly picking up at the people. And y'all know how Ross don't never stay in a certain way. Any store that's constantly having people coming in, it's not gonna stay neat. So y'all, that's it. Um, y'all know now what I do. I do agency CNA. I have a place I work permanently, but I work PRN there, so it's almost as if I just got two part-time jobs really, and I work with a various CNA agencies. So that's really what I do right now. If y'all don't know, cause look, see, hold on, let me get on here and show y'all something right quick. I want to make it my silent win, but y'all, do y'all know I was in school last year? Let me show y'all what I done got. It came a while ago, but I didn't know if I wanted to share with y'all. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm gonna share my little win with y'all, but it's a big win for me. If y'all don't know, I had gotten into a program last year. I had started August and finished back in like March, April, and I was actually doing an online program for a community health worker. It's almost like a little bit like a social worker, but you don't have that much authority. You basically are a patient navigator. You help people find resources to help them with their health, whether they need like resources about diabetes or um if you get somebody that's homeless, like you just basically help them find resources. So I'm not gonna show y'all my name on here and all of that, but we did go ahead and go to the college and get our little degree. Okay, we did our little um completion letter after I had to call and beg and plead for this little certification. But this is what I ultimately want to be doing because I could. It's opportunities to work remotely, but it's been so hard to find a remote and in-person job doing the community health worker because they want you to have like social work certification, and it's not the same thing. It's like a mini. It's like a step down from being a social worker. So that's been the problem with me trying to find that type of work specifically. But that's why I just been doing the CNA agency, doing two part-times to make me a full-time, still have control of making my own schedule. I work pretty much overnights because to me it's the easiest shift and I'm overworking day shift. I will occasionally pick up second shift, but baby, I really be on them nights. Also gives me time to do some work that I need to do for my own personal YouTube and get y'all content, okay? All right. But I hope y'all enjoyed me talking to y'all about all the little jobs I did in my life. You know, I would say I'm a good employee. Now I got me a car, so look, I'm very organized, detail oriented, look, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to share with y'all, I ain't done everything, but then I do got some experience in this job market. And baby, what I'd always tell you, do not quit your current job until you find you another one, especially in this job market. If you got you a job and it's paying you on time and giving you hours, baby, just keep it right now because this day and age, it ain't nothing to be played with about having a job. All right, y'all? All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Make sure y'all also check out the podcast. Did y'all know I was part of a podcast? We are part of the QTE podcast where we give a voice to the voiceless. So, baby, please, it would be a shame if you missed it and you don't come over there and lurk on our page. All the links gonna be at the bottom. My link's gonna be at the bottom. QTE links gonna be at the bottom. She'll be putting it right here about the QTE and what we look like on YouTube. And we on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We on everything. We even got a personal email if you want to reach out to us for DM and promotion. We're taking promotion. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all take care. Y'all make sure y'all stay blessed. And bye, y'all.